Hi, I'm Deb McIntosh and welcome to Up Front. And today we're showcasing the Castlegar Market in downtown Castlegar. I'm here with Salita Work with the Reworks business, and she has everything from cushions to peonies to earrings to candle holders, and it's really quite a phenomenal booth. I have purchased from her before, and my house has got lovely cushions in it. It's top quality and you won't be disappointed. Salita, do you want to tell us a little bit about your product?
Oh, sure, yeah. I sell products that are made mostly about recycled materials and Canadian sourced. I do make a lot of the stuff myself, but my focus is definitely on reducing waste overall. And we just make so many creative things out of recycled products or materials, and yeah, it's pretty fun.
Come down to the market. Salita's here quite often. And go green, folks. Recycle. All the cool kids are doing it. We are now at the Bread Lady's booth, one of the more popular vendors at the market. She's been coming for years now, a very steady Eddie. And she has a variety of different breads and pies. Let me tell you, pies. Anyway, Lynn, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're making and what you've got for sale here?
Hey, well, I do 9 different types of bread, and all my baking is done fresh. I have a whole wheat seed bread that is sweetened with molasses, not sugar, so it's a little bit better for the diabetics. It has hemp heart, flaxseed, pumpkin seed, and
a secret ingredient.
A secret ingredient that I absolutely can't remember right now. I've got a regular brown, I got a regular white, I've got a Mediterranean that's made for bruschetta. It's sun-dried tomato, olive, feta, basil. I have a cheddar jalapeno seeded in pesto. It's not spicy, but if you like spice, I've got a 5-alarm that'll melt your face off. I've got a garlic onion parmesan, I have a cinnamon raisin, and I have a cheddar, and this is my regular every week. Pies are usually seasonal, but usually I do have peach, I do have apple. I have sweet cherry, I've got blueberry, huckleberry, I got strawberry rhubarb, and I got pear ginger and a light caramel sauce. And this is our standard weekly.
So Lynn is in booth number 2. She's a regular. Stop by, come visit her, try some of her bread and her pies. You will not be disappointed. We are now with Anne Marie with Native Creations, a beautiful table of leather craft and beadwork. We have drums, we have feathers. You name it, she can do it. The talent is extraordinary. Anne Marie, do you want to tell us a little bit about your product and where you're from and just why you do what you do?
So my name is Anne Marie Smith. My honor name is Aponiwa. I'm an Anishinaabe from Southern Ontario, and this is my heritage. And so I work for Selkirk College and teach all of this beadwork and leather work and rawhide work to students and staff up there, and it's just a wonderful way to connect with my culture and to connect with history and with each other through the stories and the legends behind all the different work.
Well, we certainly appreciate you being at the market. Again, Anne Marie's in stall number 3. She's a regular. She's been with us for a few years now. Come and check out her stuff. Again, a gift for everyone. Slippers, moccasins, drums, you name it. This gal's got it. We're now at the booth with Hecker Creations, some beautiful crystals. We've got jewelry, we've got necklaces, you name it. It looks like they're making it. So tell us a little bit about what products you're doing, how long you've been selling, and where people can find you.
All right, yes, we have been doing this for about a year now, a little over a year, and we make everything from earrings to wire wrap necklaces, bracelets, sun catchers, bookmarks, you name it. It's my sister and myself. We're a duo team of sisters, and Yeah.
One of the questions I have is, why do you come here? Why do you feel it necessary to come and support the market? Is it just to kill the day, or is it really adding to the economy and making the community more vibrant?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's a great way to spend your day, a great stroll through the market on your way to do some errands or shopping around the regular places in town. And it also it stimulates economy locally, community-wise. It supports artisans, their craft, and there's nothing more optimistic than that.
Thank you. We're here with silk trails. We're in tie-dye heaven. I'm telling you, if this doesn't scream market, nothing does. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your product?
Sure. I do all of this myself. We do some sewing. I have a seamstress who does some sewing. And we do 2 styles of tie-dye. One is an ice dye and one is a liquid dye. And this particular one here is sold. It's a masterpiece called the Sunset. And it is an ice dye, and so you can see how much softer the lines are and the distinguishment between the different colors. I do kids' clothes. I do men's clothes. I do ladies' clothes. Yeah.
So
And
where?
I love color. Life is too short for beige, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So why do you feel it important to support the market, or any market?
Oh, because community is important. And I love meeting all the people that come here, and I love seeing people walking through with their tie-dyes, carrying their plants and their bags of groceries. And I just think community is really important, especially at a time like this where we need to come together. I've been really grateful to have the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Happy
you,
selling.
Debbie. Thank you. Thank you.
We're now at Sesame Mucho. It's a Mexican salsa booth, and they've been repeat customers here at the market. So tell us a little bit about your product and what people can expect.
Thank you very much. This salsa is made with 6 ingredients: sesame seeds, olive oil, chili peppers, garlic, and salt. And we use it in Mexico to cook everything, to dip food. We use it to marinate salmon, seafood, chickens, vegetables. And it's a staple in our kitchen in Mexico. And now we are doing it here and people is loving it. This salsa right here has mild peppers from Mexico. We bring them from Mexico. This one we smoke them ourselves. They're jalapenos from the kidneys, and we smoke and do the entire process. And this one has habanero, so it's the spiciest one. And yeah, we made it. That doesn't have any preservative, and you can keep it in your fridge or outside of your fridge.
We're here now with the Sisters Craft Company. They're new to the market this year, but looking at their stuff, they have a plethora of stuff to pick from for sure. And if you like things that are just a little witchy, I think you should come on down to this booth. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your product?
Sure. We decided to start making this product for others. We started the company basically by making it for each other. We're sisters and basically sisters, and Daisy has lots to say here too. But yeah, we just love the kind of witchy aesthetic and started making products for each other for gifts, and now we make them for everyone else.
Well, that's great. This is truly, it's beautiful stuff, and I've been a witchy mama once or twice myself. I'm here now with Councillor McLeod and sidekick. What's your name?
Ella.
Ella, welcome. Councillor McLeod, I do want to thank you for always supporting the market. You're at every market. We truly appreciate that. And do you have a little something you want to say to the...
I just love coming. There seems to be different things each week, and plants and vegetables. It's only going to get better as the growing season gets long. So no, great job, Deb. This is phenomenal. Draws a lot of people down here, and that's what we need.
We're now at D&D Home Baking, one of the flavor favorites of the market. They do an assortment of baking. You usually see them at every market around. They're well known for their good stuff. I don't have a particular favorite because they're all my favorites. I'd like to take one of each and just curl up on my couch and just eat my way through it. So would you like to tell us a little bit about your product? And tell us what you do.
So all the cookies are everything we make is that we make at home. It's all from fresh ingredients, like the lemon pound cake that you see here. This is made from hand squeezed lemons. We buy 10-15 pounds of lemons at a time, and Donna Simone gets all the things, and we hand squeeze all the juice out of them. Everything is is our kid-friendly section here. This is what we call our kid magnets. And then we have our tarts over there, which is the coconut tart has a raspberry filling, and our traditional butter tarts. And these two cookies in particular, I'm going to give kudos to my mom, because the ginger snap and the oatmeal raisin came from Saskatchewan from the 1930s, that recipe. So we do, I mean, I don't know what else I can tell you other than everything is made home fresh.
Well, I can certainly tell you that the baking is delicious. It's fresh. It puts a smile on your face. And it's nice to see you folks here supporting the market. And hopefully you get good sales today. I'm now here at Brilliant Elements. They're wood crafters. They have some magnificent layered wood. I don't know how to really describe it other than it's 3D and it's phenomenal. And it's about BC and it's about Kootenays and it's about Canadians. It's a little bit of magic in every little piece. And Tish will tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Oh. Hi. Yeah, so we're Brilliant Elements. We make layered wood art here in Trail. We're located. Yeah, we create something a little bit different. So every piece we have a laser at home and we create layered art. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss.
So Grant, do you want to talk on some of your favorite pieces? Maybe the new one that came out, the paw and the bear, the very Kootenay looking item.
Would love to talk.
The very cute.
Question is, can you hear me through the mask? Yeah, so this was actually just something we popped up. And the idea is, we have a bear that constantly drops by our backyard, so we thought, let's make a bear for that. So yeah, basically what I realized when we started up is that there wasn't much in the way of actually art that actually was available for tourists. So that was where we actually started from, and then we kind of just blew up with everyone saying, what else is fun? As far as my favorite piece goes though, usually not at a loss for words. It's always the newest one. What we do is something new every market. It's just something I actually said to make it fun for me and fun for everyone else as well. So
we're here at the Cadet Booth, and they have cotton candy on the go. You can smell it in the air. It's absolutely delicious. They have drinks and they have burgers on the grill.
Right, burgers.
So what are you doing this for? I know it's the cadets, but is there a project, and what's the money going towards?
Well, it's for cadet activities, and we're also raising money to fix our roof. We're looking to raise about $30,000, and we're about halfway there.
Is there another way that people can donate? Can you donate online? Is there a contact number?
A GoFundMe page online, so you can find us on our website at 581 Castlegar Air Cadets, or our Facebook page. Just Google Castlegar Air Cadets, you'll find us one way or another.
Thanks. Now here at Earthy Organics, they always have a lovely booth with beautiful, beautiful produce in it. And now they have flowers, so tell us a little bit about your farm and what you're selling.
Hi everybody, my name is John Abenanti. I'm owner of Earthy Organics Farm in Fruitvale, and we are primarily a vegetable farm, and we just started into the cut flowers. So we've been farming since 2005. We're certified organic, and we provide food to all the grocery stores in the Kootenays, to the Trail Market, and of course the Castlegar Market. So everybody come on down, it's fun, there's lots of vendors, lots of vegetables, and hopefully we'll see everybody in the future.
So we're at the entrance to the market, and of course no market is complete without dedicated volunteers. We have Henny and we have Val, and they get you to sign in for a draw, because there's always fabulous prizes to be won. They make sure you're sanitized, and they make sure your mask is up over your mouth and over your nose, and they give you the directions on how to navigate through the market. So can I ask you ladies why you feel it important to volunteer, and why what does the market bring to town?
Well, I mean, especially during COVID, it's a great place. It's so great to see people again, for starters, and people get to mingle around. It's just, the atmosphere here is so good, so fun. Val, what do you have to say?
It's bringing people from other communities, and they're so excited to get out and be doing something and have something social. And the energy around here is just so great, and it brings all these people to town. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and we've had visitors from like Victoria, Kamloops, We've had a whole bunch of people like not from the Kootenays today, and that's different than other markets have been.
We want to thank you for coming to the market. The market runs every Saturday 9 to 1. There's always 50 plus vendors, lots of selection. So come on down to downtown Castlegar and get your market on. Hi, I'm with Councillor Sue Heaton today in front of City Hall, and Sue's going to keep us informed about what's been happening around the town. Sue, welcome to Up Front. I'm thrilled to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So I just want to ask you a few questions. Council's been meeting by Zoom throughout COVID. Has that been beneficial to Council? And most importantly, is it beneficial to the community?
I think it's been great, actually. It's an avenue where we're actually getting more people signing on, watching our CAL meetings, our regular council meetings. And then even when we have public hearings and that, we're getting a lot more interaction. So hopefully when COVID's done and buried, that we have some type of hybrid model that we can have both in-person meetings in the council chamber and then people on Zoom or whatever format it will look like.
Yeah, that's great. I know years back you've been the one very strong advocate for proper communications, whether it be a communications person or how the city portrays its business to the public. So kudos on you, because I think you had a lot to do with that.
Well, thank you. And I'm so glad we finally got a communications person for how many years? 9, 10 years, pushing that every strategic meeting we had. And now we have that, and I think we're so far above other municipalities with that. I'm really proud of what the council has did.
And Bree is absolutely wonderful at doing what she's doing, and Columbia Avenue is a testament to that with the communications, right?
Yeah. It's amazing, Columbia Avenue, night and day from phase 1. We just, so many kudos to everybody involved in getting that project off the ground and going, and can't wait until it's finished here.
I really never thought that I'd be excited to walk down the main drag just because I can walk on both sides of the street with sidewalks. It's a big deal. Maybe when you're my age, it's a bigger deal because it's just big city stuff. 2 sidewalks, Castlegar's happening.
I can tell you the other night I drove down there at 9 o'clock at night, and I was just amazed. Sidewalks on both sides, bigger sidewalks. It's going to look fantastic, and actually it's going to make Castlegar actually join. Right? It's going to be a nice kind of cohesive look to Castlegar, and I'm so excited to walk those.
The sculptures coming into the new areas too on Columbia Avenue, it adds a lot of continuity and directs people either uptown or downtown with them knowing through that it's a continual way.
And that's something too on previous councils we were asking, right? That the center of Sculpture Walk is downtown, the little circle walk or whatever, but we wanted it to expand and go up to the south, and that's going to be it's just going to look great, right? Everything. Yeah.
Let's move on to some stuff. So Millennium Park has had some changes. New washrooms, change rooms, an outdoor shower. That's huge.
Yes, again, that's something that previous councils were, advocating for, and finally this year we're able to open it. So, it's accessible. It's got some family rooms in it. It's got the 3 outdoor showers. It's beautiful. And what a partnership we had too with the Columbia Basin Trust coming on board on that to making that a reality. And it just adds, because that Millennium Park is getting busier and busier every year, and so we had to do that, because if we're inviting people into our community, we better have the facilities to make sure they leave here with a smile on their face.
And I know that the general public really appreciate too, especially the seniors. As we age, I'm talking about age a lot, I'm getting older, we need those facilities around in more spots. So that's really good, and I think we're becoming a more of an age-friendly community that way as well, which is wonderful.
And that's one of the things that council is really keen to, is making an accessible community as well. And so that, the washroom is just a testament to that as well.
And the other things that are going on down at Millennium, like the ponds are going, there's been a little bit of chitter chatter online about some algae. What's happening there?
Well, algae is a natural phenomenon. It happens everywhere. It's happened in the pools in the past. It's harmless. People can still swim. And we have staff actually looking in ways to try to decrease it or get rid of it. But it's harmless. It's just a natural occurrence.
Right, so I can go jumping down there, doing a dive right in. If I get any, I don't have to worry about anything.
Don't have to worry. It's just natural phenomena. It's in many lakes and different, you know.
The city gets the water tested on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, it gets tested, I believe, every day, and it's sent to Ontario Health, and so far so good.
So thank you for keeping us all safe that way. It's nice to know we have the amenities, but it's also nice to know that we have the infrastructure to keep them going and safe for everyone.
Well, you know what? Everybody's proud of our ponds, right? It's the hot spot in the summer to go, and especially with this heat in the next week or two. People are going to be going down there, right? So, you know, you want to be safe and again, keep everybody happy when they leave.
So council's had another change with the new mayor, a very well-known and practiced politician. He's been around for a long time. How's it going with council? Are you easing into everything? Is everything smooth sailing?
Well, yeah, it is actually, but you know, for them, it's an uphill climb. Like lots to know, lots to familiarize, and I think between Kurt and Brian and that, I think they were surprised at everything that's going on, you know, in front of the camera and behind the camera, and so I think it's going to be good, right, for the next year and a half. We do have a really good working council, and we're all there for the same reason, is to make Castlegar a better place to live and work.
Yeah, it's nice when a council gels, for sure. And I know from experience that there's more happening behind the cameras than anybody has any idea of. So I know you guys are being really proactive in getting things done, and the partnerships with BC Housing, with Columbia Basin Trust are integral to having a really healthy community and building capacity for everyone.
Yeah,
so
you can't do it alone. That's the thing, right? So yeah, and you got to build these partnerships and that to get them to come on board so you can have these positive things happening to your community.
Yeah. Well, I know that one of the programs that people really like, well, two of them actually, is Communities in Bloom as well as Sculpture Walk, and they just tie in together so nicely. And although council is involved in it, it's volunteer groups, and again, if you can build those partnerships with volunteer groups, that's a huge, well, first, money saving for the city and the taxpayer, and it gives people more ownership of their community.
Well, in those volunteer organizations are really the lifeblood of our community. We can't do anything without them. And if we didn't have those volunteer communities, imagine paying for that. And you can't, right? And so I'm so proud that we have these people that come on board and volunteer in our community. And I think everybody should give them thanks all the time, because we wouldn't have Community in Blooms, we wouldn't have Sculpture Walk, we wouldn't have all these things that we're so accustomed if it wasn't for people stepping up.
Yeah, and I think it's great that you guys welcome those people in with open arms and give them the support that they need. We've also seen students out this year. They've been cutting lawns and weed whacking and doing all that stuff. Last year they weren't here because of COVID, and I can tell you they make a difference, don't they?
The four of them, they do so much work, and so, you know, and last year we had to cancel them because of COVID. We're trying to save money because we didn't know what was going to happen. And this year, you know, council was adamant we need those students to supplement our regular full-time civic workers, because we do have so much green space, and we need our parks mowed, we need our boulevards, you know, fixed. We need them, and so I'm glad they're back.
Yeah, you can tell when they're around because it's the little things around, the trees are being trimmed, and it really shows. So pass on our thanks to them for sure. So, in the bigger picture of council, there's always talks going on. There's always planning. Is there any other big projects that are coming our way that you can talk about?
Well, we're already looking into Columbia Avenue Phase 3, right? And so, you know, you're always looking for stuff for that. There's some stuff happening at the airport, of course. And then the building, Iramenko building that was purchased, and Kootenay Gallery is going to be in there, and so the gallery will be there, and plus some affordable housing. So, you know what, we're always striving. Habitat Humanity, we had our public hearing on that. So, you know, we have to, you know, discuss that and see where that goes. But there is a lot of things happening, and it may not be, like I said, in front of the camera, but there's things always happening.
Yeah. I think the city has made great strides in what they've been doing, and I know it hasn't been easy.
nothing is ever, you know what? Nothing is ever easy in life. It's, there's some difficult things and hurdles you have to go over, but for me, I sit there on council because I want to make Castlegar better. And I've been there for 10 years now, and I can see the leaps and bounds that this community has moved forward, and it can only get better. Right?
Yeah, I know people do it for the right reasons when they're in there, but sometimes you wish it wasn't quite the hard slog that it is sometimes. It can be tough for sure.
Totally tough, right? And you get big shoulders and you can't take things personal, even though some things sting when you hear it from the public or whatever. But I think, you just have to move on and have conviction of what you're doing and make a decision. Even if you vote for something or you don't vote for something, you have the conviction, and whatever happens, you just support that and you move on. So, and back to the Aaron Minkle building, to me, that was one of the big things that we did for our downtown core, and it's got such synergies with Sculpture Walk, Millennium. It's like a little triangle, right? And I can't wait to see what happens there. And those are things that we as a council look for. Maybe it's not going to happen this year, but it's for the future generation.
I do want to touch on one thing, is that, yes, it's talking about, feedback from community and stuff. And I know that all politicians are supposed to say, we don't take it personal, let's let it roll off, we got to move forward. What I want to say to the people is, be nice out there. These people work really hard for us, so just be kind. They're doing their best.
Yeah, and we do. When you make a decision, you're thinking of all Castlegar, not select groups. And that's the tough thing, I think, for people is, I might not vote the way you would vote, Deb, but that's your conviction. You're elected to make a decision, and that's what happens. And
you move on with the majority
and you respect that vote. Yeah. Right? And you respect that vote and you support whatever that vote was for. Yeah,
and that's always hard, because it's hard to be on the losing side of that sometimes, but
right?
But sometimes you just have to have a bigger vision than just your own, right? Yeah. So July 1st is coming up. We're hoping that COVID rules are changing again. What do you see happening? Are we going to open up the parks more? Are we going to do events with the city? Are we going to see our city councillors out and about hosting something fun?
Our COVID plans will change, definitely, but there's some things that happened during COVID that will stay. So online, for the city now, you can do online business license, you can do your building permits online now, you can pay your property taxes, your dog licenses, your business license with your credit card and that. And so that all came because of COVID. So there's some really good things. And so I see, once the government says, okay, things are open, things will start changing, right? And so, and about events, we don't have anything planned right now, but stay tuned, because it is the 75th anniversary of the city in October. I don't know what's going to happen or whatever, but you know what? We want to celebrate our history, and you know what? Our community has gone leaps and bounds in 75 years.
So potential celebration this year. If not, it'll be moved off to the following year where everybody can celebrate. That's exciting to be doing that.
We still want people, to get their vaccine, number one, right? Get your vaccine. Still, if you need to wear a mask. If you're sick, stay home. All those things, I think those are the good learnings of COVID, and I hope those carry on.
Yeah, I think definitely lessons learned, for sure. There's some things that we can put aside for future discussion, and some things that are just best practices now, and we can carry them forward. Sue, I want to thank you very much for joining me today, and please come back again. Keep us apprised of what's happening, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for the work that you do on council, and for being my friend.
I know, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and you will always be my friend, Deb. Always.
Thanks, Sue. Happy summer.
Yeah, you too.